Hey folks, this is Bill from Little White Dory, and we have a little bit of a situation here in New York, on Long Island, in the Northeast. We are about to get a cold snap, like a really serious cold snap. Temperature's supposed to be going down into the 20s, and I don't have the capacity of heat inside my little greenhouses here to keep this from getting too cold for these young seedlings. So you can see I've had this open a little bit. You can see there's plants in here. They're all happy. You can see there's a little bit of moisture on. I think it was this one you could see the moisture. Or maybe not. Maybe it's dried up a bit. The humidity levels are getting better. But I have to now move all of the trays in here, in this greenhouse, although not all of them actually, but all of the ones in here and in here into, I'll show you where we're going. Have this set up with some shelving and we have 1, 2, and a table that we're going to start putting things on for the next few days. It's going to be interesting. I'm not going to be doing so much exercising. Well, I can still do it. It'll be in. I'll get it in. Alrighty, so if I look out here, you can see we've got gray clouds now. The worst thing is that the clouds have been coming and going all day long. When the clouds are out like this, and it is like what, going on 3:30, 4 o'clock, I think. It's not going to be having that big, but earlier, as the sun would come out, the temperatures in here would hit 90 degrees or more. It would have if I left it shut. So I have to open it, and then the next thing you get is these big, huge, puffy clouds come by and block the sun completely, and the temperature would drop, so you have to come out and close them up. Now, my way of combating that is on this trailer, I have a vent over here that, for now, I hardly need it as a vent. I can see the temperature inside is 62, and the outside temperature was 50. Right now, the heat is off in there. It's just holding some heat. I put that clip there just to keep that closed, because as this puffs, it would blow in and out through there. So this keeps a bubble of air trapped in, and I'll roll it up here. You'll see the size of the heater. It's a very small space heater. That's about, I don't know, 10 inches high, 750 or 1500 watts. I have a controller over here. Right now I happen to have the temperature set at, looks like 58, and it is 54. So the heat, actually it just dropped. I just heard the heat kick on. And I have another little wireless temperature sensor here. That little temperature thing is hanging just above my plants. And it controls the fan over there. There's a fan. I'll back up here for a second. Oops. Little portable clip-on fan here. When it gets warmer in here, eventually I'll move the heater up onto that little shelf. But for now, these are going to have to be moved inside. We're going to close this up. We'll get back to that. And it's time to go do this. Alrighty, folks. We'll show you a shot what it looks like when we have them all inside. Give you a quick peek on this side, what it looks like in here. This does not have a circulating fan, but it does have a heater, and I can hear the heaters on. Okay, and it's a similar kind of controller. It's Wi-Fi. Everything's pretty happy in here right now. Everything looks amazing in here right now. But this has all got to be brought into the other room. Alrighty, folks. We'll catch you again in a minute. And presto, just like that, everything came inside. Mixed logistics, lots of fun. But everything fit, that's the good news. Tomatoes on the top have plenty of space. Tomatoes on the table have plenty of space. Tomatoes in the pots have space. Bottom line is everything's in here. They're not going to get a lot of light. These lights are not that crazy bright, but it'll be better than nothing, I suppose, for 2 days. Maybe I'll come in with some lights and set them up. We'll see. And then hopefully going back outside when they get full sun, I can't imagine how much that's going to shock them. Do have some signs of sunburn. I'm going to come in here on my purple black basil. There's the other stuff down here. You can see probably there. A little sunburning, but it'll be fine. Same thing on some of the zinnias. There's some brown edges and not a lot of light here, but the peppers though. Something fell off of a tomato. Everything else seems to be doing good. Most of the zinnias don't have any issues with the sunburn. The tomatoes don't seem to have any sunburn issues. Everything, as far as I'm concerned, is looking really good right now. My jam up though is, let me flip this around. If I can do this without shutting it off. My precarious situation is I really wanted to start transplanting, and once I start transplanting, I can't be moving stuff like this. It's too much and I don't have space to move things to. These racks behind me can hold, flower pots, but I need to hold maybe 10 times that at some point. And at that point, whatever I have has to be able to stay outdoors. So right now, I'm going to hopefully, so that they'll have time to grow into their pots, transplant all of my zinnias. I know, I hit the wrong button. I'll do it this way. Everything in these little pots right here, the zinnias down here, are all in these, I'm going to pull one out. You'll see they're in these little pods. And I'm going to get those transplanted into, well, actually this size pot right here. That one is, I don't know what size, it's like a 6-inch pot maybe, I don't know. I'm hoping to get plants that look like that. So that's a tomato plant. As I do this, maybe that'll work. That's a plant that I'd be happy with. Now, I transplanted them like a week ago. They've adapted to the soil. They've had a nice week in the greenhouse. No sunburn, new growth. They're off to a great start. They'll be the first ones to go into my garden. But it's going to take time, and I'm going to transplant a bunch more that will be, again, like the first ones for me. After I get my, let's say I want to put one of something in, I'll transplant 6. I'll keep 1, 6 of them, 5 of them rather, I'll put up for sale right away in the larger pot. And I'll probably ask $5 each. Beyond that, if I have more of them, I'll get back to them and I'll transplant them into the solo cup sized, and I'll sell them for $2. Or actually, I'm going to go to $3. $3 for 1, 2 for 5. And have that across the board on everything. $2, 2 for 5, $3 each. And then the black plastic will be 5 each. If I do get bigger ones, or I have other things I can come up with, I have a lot of like novelty concepts. Like I've been saving the cans from my Sacramento tomato juice. I'll plant something in there and I'll sell it like more as a novelty, the tomato plant in a tomato can. So, any goofy thing to make somebody think, oh, that's cute, I'll spend a little more. But it's really more about having fun. Okay, folks, this is it. This is the storage space for now, and we'll let you know more as we go. Okay, so now we have 3 emptied greenhouses. They've been essentially shut down. The thermometers are still on in there, but the heaters are off. They're battened down. I may come out here and put another clamp on this one, but that's it. The potting up station is over here. You'll see how I develop that over time. The canopy will go over on this side and I'll have some shade and working area. But these need to be flexible. I have to be able to get things in and out, move things around, get them sun, keep them out of the rain. The rain came down here. I wasn't expecting that. But, everything's tidied up. Make sure everything's off in here. As I step in, you can feel the temperature difference. Yeah, maybe not that much. It's saying 53. It's probably about 50 outside, so not much. So we have a fan here. Get that shut off. This is saying that the heat was set for 58. It's at 52, so there is power going to the heater, but the heater is shut off. In fact, we're going to move this whole entire thing because the other day it did slide off the road here. Actually, I should just probably slide it off the road. That's probably the easier thing. Just give it a nudge to the left and it's not going to go much past that. If it does, I've got bigger issues. But let's see. I think this may be the better thing. Yep, drop that off onto the edge there. Same thing over here. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Or at least not far. All right, I think we've got everything battened down that needs to be battened down. We'll contend with some nasty weather for the next 2 days. I believe the temperature will drop tomorrow. It's not supposed to get much into maybe 40 at noon, and there's not going to be much sun. So without the sun, and I'm purely trying to keep a small space warm. If the sun's working for me, it's great. But if it's that cold and I have no sun, it's all cloudy, and then the wind and or rain, it's too much. These just can't. At least I'm not going to test it. I don't want to lose things. Last year we did lose things because we tested and we were wrong. As I look over here, I see I have to move some clips. But you know, it's worth it to a degree, but it's not worth it in the end if you get 1 or 2 degrees too far below where you want it to be. So I'll test it in the sense that I have my thermometers in there and they'll be recording the temperatures. In fact, they're graphing thermometers. So when I load them up, they'll tell me the highs and lows and every, I don't know, it's like ridiculously small increments. It'll tell me what the temperature's been. All right, folks, it's raining enough out here that I'm going inside. I think the chickens will be in the coop. In fact, yeah, we're going out again later, so I don't have to worry about them now. All right, folks, hope it's nicer where you are. Bye-bye.